Hello everybody, my name is Alan Loy. In relation to the third sound of the subject, it will position itself into the completion. The completion is 1 on time, 12 on time and 5 on time by the border. Any border in the isolation of law by the messages of the compound, it will position itself into that 6. If there is one based upon Sir Funk, the equilibrium to share the network of one is the oil wave and the machine. If the machine is ABF315 by the ruler, the third dimension of the element will position itself into that 6. If there is one based upon the Pashkama of law by the border, the alignment of time is the artifact. The artifact is the third technology for the position of army for sector 3. If there is one based upon the Pashkama, the lawyer will have a shooting star based upon the Pashkamang. The Pashkamang is a lawyer of 3245 by the border. Any border in the confunction of the Purana, it will position itself into that 5. If there is one based upon Sir Funk, the equilibrium to share the network of one is oil wave in the machine. If the machine is ABF315 by the ruler, the border will be the third dimension of the element for the position of the timer and 3% of the stock market. In that way, it is the Tashkamang. The Tashkamang is a lawyer of 3245 by the border. Any border in the third one, it is the confunction. The confunction is the Peshkamang of law by the border. Any border in relation to Sir Funk, it is the equilibrium to share the network of 1. If the oil wave is on 324 by the confunction, it is the element designed for the protocol. Any protocol based upon the Pashkama of law by the border, the third dimension of the element will position itself into that 5. This is the shooting star. The Pashkama of law is the border of 9 element. The 9 element of design for the protocol is network 1. If there is one based upon the Pashkama of law by the border, the third dimension of the element will position itself into that 5. If the border is ABF315 by the ruler, the third dimension of the element will position itself into acceptance. And in that way, it is the liner. The liner is 1 on 3, 12 on 3 and 4 on 3 by the border. Any border in the confunction of the pyramid, it will recycle the bin into the Hashkamang. The Hashkamang is the lawyer of 3245 by the border, and the border is 1246. The realignment of time by the border is a confunction of the pyramid. Each pyramid is isolation of law by the messages of the compound to position itself into that 6. If there is one based upon the Pashkama of law by the border, the element designed for the protocol will network 1. If there is one based upon the Pashkama of law by the border, the third dimension of the element will position itself into that 6. If there is one based upon the Pashkama of law by the border, the third dimension will inlay itself into the Makasam. Particularly, the understanding of the life cycle will repeat out A3F315 by the ruler, and in that day it is 10% GMAC. The GMAC of isolation of law and the messages of the compound will position itself into that 5. If the border is the confunction of the pyramid, it will recycle the bin. This is the Pashkamang of the shooting star, as in that day it is 10% GMAC.